Hey guys, my name is Caedmon and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the brand new Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. So I did buy the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. This came out sometime in the fall, I think, of 2019. But I got this, it's a lightweight, light coverage tinted moisturizer. I really enjoy this. And they recently came out with a hydrating foundation, which is supposed to be more of like a medium to full coverage, but still have that like hydrating effect. So I thought I would try it out. I got the shade Light 60N. I went on their Instagram and they posted like a shade match comparison to compare like your shade in the tinted moisturizer to your shade in the foundation. And I actually got matched to this shade 70W, but Ulta didn't have it in stock yet. So I got 60N and hoping that it works out decently. So I am going to put on a little bit of primer, and then I'm going to use my Real Techniques, what is this called? The Light Layer Complexion Brush. I talked about this in a couple videos this year. I have really been loving this to apply my foundations. So I'm going to get, we'll start with one pump about that size on the back of my hand. I think that should actually be enough for the whole face. So right off of first impressions, it is a little bit light, but the coverage is really nice. It's not super thick or heavy feeling. And it looks like the more I like work it into the skin, the more it blends. So I don't know if that is like an immediate kind of oxidation effect that is going on with it, but I see a difference as far as the tone, and it does look slightly darker than when I just started putting it on. So I think it does oxidize slightly as you blend it, which is, in my case, it's a good thing because this was a little bit light. You can see here on my tattoo, it covers it pretty nicely, but not completely. Even though I will say, even with full coverage foundations that I've tried in the past, they don't cover my tattoo. So I never really use that as a guideline of coverage of a foundation. Gonna need a little bit more for the forehead. Overall, it's blending in really nice, and at least to me, from this distance from my mirror, it doesn't really look like I'm wearing foundation. It just looks like I have really nice skin, like really perfect skin. So we have it on the full face. So far, I would say it's like a medium to full coverage. Definitely a lot more coverage than the tinted moisturizer. Looking at some acne marks I have on this side of my face, they are almost completely invisible now. The finish of it is kind of like a glowy to satin finish. It's not matte. I'd say maybe a natural finish. Like I said, it looks like really healthy looking skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of foundation, and I really like that effect. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, so it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing more than a tinted moisturizer. It's pretty lightweight. So far so good. Let me do some concealer and powder. Let's see how it interacts with my powder. All right, so what I'm hoping from this is that after I put on my powder, that it'll still have a little bit of a natural glow, even if it's not quite as dewy looking as normal. So I'm just gonna take some powder right on the center of my forehead and dab that out. On the nose. And where is my under eye brush? We're gonna set the concealer. So from what I see, it did take down the initial radiance, but it still looks skin-like. It still looks like a natural finish. It didn't make it super dry or matte looking, which for me, that is totally fine because I prefer natural looking foundations. I don't really like matte or super full coverage or anything like that. But so far, I think it looks and feels great. It's only been a couple minutes, but I think it looks really good. My whole thing with face makeup is that I want it to enhance how I look. I don't want it to cover or to sculpt like a completely new face. I really like enhancing the features that you currently have and then playing it up on the eyes or the lips or the cheek color or something like that. So far so good. I'm going to finish my face makeup and do some eyes, and then I'll be right back for some extra information. All right, so my makeup is done. I powdered, bronzed, highlight, just a couple of things I want to point out what I'm wearing. The lipstick that I've been wearing a lot, I just did a declutter of all of my makeup products, but the lipstick I've been wearing the most is the Maybelline Nudes. This one is in 930 Truffle Tease. I just think, especially since we dyed my hair this more peachy shade, that it's a nice neutral. I've just really been liking how it looks and feels. On my eyes, I'm wearing the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow in Hot Jalapeno. I picked this up at Ulta because I had seen it on Nona Smith's channel. I'll put her link down below, but she had one of these. I really like greens, and I don't think I've ever tried e.l.f. eyeshadows before, so I picked this up at Ulta for $3. I think it looks really good. It went on really nicely, and I love how it looks, so that's definitely a win. I know they have a bunch of these, but I only saw this one at my Ulta. And then for my highlight, I like it to be a little bit more like golden and subtle for summertime, so I'm wearing the Colourpop Whisk Super Shock Cheek. Hard to say. But all in all, so far, it looks really, really nice. This is how my skin looks after I Facetune it, after I use a little bit of a smoothing tool to like get my skin looking all nice and perfect. That's how my skin looks right now. I really, really like it so far. I'm surprised because I had tried a couple of the other Colourpop complexion products, and none of them have worked for me, but the Pretty Fresh ones, so the Tinted Moisturizer and now the foundation, I've liked both of these actually a lot. I really like how they look on the skin and feel on the skin. So their concealers might not be for me and their other foundations might not be for me, but so far, most of the Pretty Fresh line, I'm all about it. I definitely now want to try the primer. But I have enough primers right now. That's going to be a little bit down the road. I did just get these in the mail. These are the new Urban Decay Dewy primer and setting spray. I did use the setting spray today, but I'm going to do a video on these soon as well. But for the moment being, as far as my review of this, I think it looks beautiful. I think it feels great on the skin. It's at a decent price point. I think this was, oh God, I don't know how much this was. I think it was $16, I want to say, which for a drugstore price is kind of in line with Revlon or maybe a L'Oreal. I don't have a lot of foundations from the drugstore that have worked for me, but the prices are going up there. They used to be like $6, and now I know for sure Revlon had a foundation that was like $24. So prices at the drugstore are going up. So I think this is pretty fair. It's a full ounce, which is really standard for a foundation, whether it's prestige or drugstore. I like that it has the hyaluronic acid and coconut water. I think it looks great, feels great. This is definitely a win. So if you're looking for a new foundation and you have similar tastes to mine about foundations, definitely check out the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. They have it on the Colourpop website. They have it at Ulta, definitely online, and certain stores have it in store. Mine has it in store. I know if you go on the Colourpop Instagram, they do have kind of a color match thing where it, depending on your shade of Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, if you know your shade in this, it'll tell you your shade in the new foundation. Otherwise, Ulta, on their app, they have this thing called Glam Lab, where you can tap a foundation and hit try on, and it'll like scan your face. It's best if you're wearing it, or it's best if you're using it when you're not wearing makeup, so that way you can get your true skin tone. But it like looks at your skin and color matches you. And I actually thought it was really cool. So that's an option as well if you need help with the color match. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember that you are clearly beautiful.